For me, there's a simple rule in politics. Never, ever be surprised by what happens in politics.
The face of truth is open. The eyes of truth are bright. The lips of truth are ever closed. The head of truth is upright. The breast of truth stands forward. The gaze of truth is straight. Truth has neither fear nor doubt. Truth has patience to wait. The words of truth are touching. The voice of truth is deep. The law of truth is simple. All you sow, you reap. The soul of truth is flaming. The heart of truth is warm. The mind of truth is clear and firm through rain and storm. Facts are only its shadow. Truth stands above all sin. Great be the battle of life. Truth in the end shall win. The image of truth is the cross. Wisdom's message is its rod. The sign of truth is Christ, and the soul of truth is God. Life of truth is eternal. Immortal is its past. Power of truth shall endure. Truth shall hold to the last.
I don't have to tell you things are bad. Everybody knows things are bad. It's a depression. Everybody's out of work or scared of losing their job. The dollar buys a nickel's worth. Banks are going bust. Shopkeepers keep a gun under the counter. Punks are running wild in the street, and there's nobody anywhere who seems to know what to do, and there's no end to it. We know the air is unfit to breathe, and our food is unfit to eat. We sit watching our TVs while some local newscaster tells us that today we had 15 homicides and 63 violent crimes, as if that's the way it's supposed to be. We know things are bad, worse than bad. They're crazy. It's like everything everywhere is going crazy, so we don't go out anymore. We sit in the house, and slowly the world we're living in is getting smaller, and all we say is, please, at least leave us alone in our living room. Let me have my toaster and my TV and my steel-belted radios, and I won't say anything. Just leave us alone. Well, I'm not going to leave you alone. I want you to get mad. I don't want you to protest. I don't want you to riot. I don't want you to write to your congressman because I wouldn't know what to tell you to write. I don't know what to do about the depression and the inflation and the Russians and the crying in the street. All I know is that first, you've got to get mad. You've got to say, I'm a human being. God damn it. My life has value.
Do we have anything like a suppression of information or suppression of the press occurring in St. Lucia amidst the increase in criminal activity on the island, particularly gun violence? Is asking a question. St. Lucia recorded yet another homicide over the weekend, and somebody says not even Jesus Christ would do it for free. All that and more between now and 2 o'clock this afternoon, as we are into another week of NewsSpin right here on Power 97.9 FM. We are also on YouTube and our NewsSpin Facebook page. My name is Timothy Poleon, and in a moment we'll be taking your calls at 452-2979, 452-2979. Your WhatsApp calls and messages 716-2026, 716-2026. And Kimani is on set. She'll be going through some of your comments in the chat room. The island recorded a homicide over the weekend. That is on Sunday evening. So far, I've not received information pertaining to the identity of the victim or his age, but I could tell you that according to my sources, that individual had a firearm on his possession when police arrived on the scene and conducted their investigation. And this is homicide number 37 or 38. We are very much close to 40 homicides for 2023. This is very serious, and we are not treating it that way. And I'm talking about the wider St. Lucian society, the police, and in general, and in particular, the government of St. Lucia. Let's look at it from the perspective of the wider St. Lucian society. We have come to the point where we have become very inured to crime, does not resonate with us anymore. It is very much part of life in this country. It is not something that would cause us to be shocked, to be alarmed, because we are still seeing this from a distance. Crime, as opposed to something that's affecting all of us in this society, we see it as something that is affecting individuals every now and then. And we do not see it from a holistic standpoint. From the perspective of the police, clearly you will not have sufficient resources, whether number of vehicles and police officers, to be able to sufficiently police the entire country, amidst us having various social events, such as Grosley Carnival last evening. And I'm hearing that there's a lack of the presence of senior police officers at many of those events. And also, the police need to be more strategic in terms of if you have an event like a Grosley Carnival, what you can decide to do is to call out police officers to duty, even those who are on vacation. Because we know where the hotspots are, and we know there's a possibility when you have national events of that nature, community carnival, that there will be criminal elements there who are armed to the teeth and who want to dispense their own form of justice. They might be on the run from some individual who wants to settle some score with them, and it's almost inevitable, considering what we have been going through in this country over the last few years, that there will be some kind of violent incident that invariably would involve the use of an illegal firearm and ammunition. From the perspective of our government, you do not get the impression that there is this urgency to tackle crime, particularly from a national standpoint. And the government is between apportioning its attention, its focus on protecting the victory, and also focusing on matters relating to the government. So you have to try to divvy up your attention and your focus. Maybe the government is seeing the necessity to give 80% of its focus to retaining power come the next general election, and it has to do everything that is possible right now. And as a result of it doing so, it is stretching itself and giving the other 20% to matters of national importance. Now, you've heard the Prime Minister of this country almost blaming the media for the crime wave. Because what he has been suggesting to a large extent is that in the case of newspapers, I think we basically don't have many newspapers. I think we have right now only one newspaper, and that is the Voice newspaper. So in the case of the Voice newspaper, do not put the focus, do not put those crime stories on the front page. Why not put it in the center page or the back page? Hide it somewhere. In the case of the electronic media, radio and television, why start your newscast with a homicide as opposed to playing a clip of the Prime Minister telling you that life is okay in this country and we ought not to hate ourselves. We ought to have more confidence in the people of St. Lucia, because by having confidence in the people of St. Lucia, those are my words now, automatically that removes from the attention of the St. Lucian public the reality that there are so many things that are wrong that we should be highlighting. After all, we've been focusing for decades now about us having 2 Nobel laureates. For how long should we continue to highlight this when we already know that a kid born today, by tomorrow he knows that we have 2 Nobel laureates. We know that we have a picturesque town in V4. We know that we have Friday night street party over in Grosley. Those are all positives. Those are all things worth cherishing and reporting on. But the reality on the ground is that crime is eating away at, our well-being. The free will that people normally would have to go to a street party in Grosley or go to carnival over in the north or go to an activity over in Astoria or go to another event over in Bexar. Sometimes people would be itinerant, traveling from one area to the other, whether it's on foot or they'll be on vehicles, just driving and enjoying the scenery, the nightlife in St. Lucia. Obviously, things have gotten out of hand to the extent that people now are very much afraid of going out. And our reputation is being severely affected as a tourist destination. I don't blame the media for that. Blame yourself as a government, as a prime minister, as a national security minister, whether it's this administration or the previous administration, because things have gotten out of hand under your watch. And people continue to boast about being the MP of constituencies in St. Lucia for 26 years, for close to 3 decades. And it's not a case of warming the benches, It's not a case of being in a job for a very long time. All right? The proof of the pudding is in the eating. In terms of your performance, what do you have to show for being in a job for so long? Whether it's as an MP, whether it's as a politician, whether it's as a medical doctor, whether it's as a teacher, a school principal, whether you are a reporter, a journalist, whether you are a sports person, you name it. You can be in a job for a very long time and achieve absolutely nothing. So, people should stop boasting about the fact that they've been in the job for so long. As a politician MP for 5 and 6 consecutive general elections for a particular constituency. And you're being minister of this and minister of that, and you're so readied for the job at hand. And when you get into office, you come up with all kind of excuses. So this homicide which occurred in Rodney Bay, Grosley, particular information is in circulation. Asking a favor of the media, asking a particular favor of the media. Don't say where the shooting incident occurred. So I'll take a sip of water on that. Suppressing the news. What difference will it make? For me, the priority is working resolutely to bring this crime problem under some level of control. Never mind, people are going to tell you, name one place on this earth that you do not have homicides. Name one place. But apart from that, name a number of countries where the situation has been allowed to get out of hand. And we're going to identify a few countries in the Caribbean. And I'm deliberately saying allowed to get out of control. Because we have all the institutions. We have a setup. We have mechanisms in place to deal with that scourge. And if they have not functioned, It is not because of a police force as an entity. It is not because of something that exists only in name. It has everything to do with the fact that those people who have been charged with a particular responsibility, those people have just failed. They have gotten an F while they continue to earn a salary. This very often does not happen in the private sector. You have to account. You have to answer to a manager. You have to answer to your supervisor. You just have a lot of questions to answer. And it's not over a 5-year period you're assessed. Very often over a 3-month period, a 1-year period, you are assessed in terms of the effectiveness of what you're doing and whether there's need to rejig, whether there's need to tweak something, to revisit, the method that you're employing in the execution of your duties. In the case of St. Lucia, it does not work. Blame the media. If you have an increase in criminal activity on the island and we are reporting on it, blame us. Blame commentators. Blame talk show hosts. And very soon, politicians are going to blame the callers to NewsSpin. The callers, they're the ones who are stressing on this and stressing on that. And so we're hearing, people are making strange requests. Don't identify the location of the place. I am more preoccupied with the fact that it happened in St. Lucia. It happened within our borders. And also, it has been happening for so long and too long. And what we are getting in abundance, lots of excuses, and people are hiding away from the fact that they are just not effective at their job. And a word to us in the media. We have really lost our respect in this country. We are no longer a respected group of people, professionals. And unfortunately, the situation is being exacerbated, is worsening. And we are losing some of our key media people, fearless individuals, reporters, journalists. Like we just mentioned as a few. Guy Ellis, attending a press conference with Guy Ellis, asking pertinent and relevant questions and a follow-up. And then you had representing, and I think it still works with the Caribbean News Agency, all at one press conference, Ernie Sion, Rick Wayne, in his prime, challenging prime ministers, challenging various government ministers, Pete Nainval, among others. You think in that particular era, you're getting a press release from any government agency suggesting that you cooperate with that agency because it warrants sensitive reporting on that particular issue. Don't identify the location, the place where a shooting incident occurred. A shooting incident occurs in the Dennery Valley. We are free to say it happened in the Dennery Valley. Happens in Ancillary, and we are free to say that. But it happens in the north of the island. Please limit it to Rodney Bay, Groseley. Let me go through this press release and this request. Dear media partners, I hope this email finds you well. I'm writing to kindly request your support and cooperation in an effort or an important matter regarding the reporting of the recent homicide incident that occurred on June the 11th in the vicinity of Grosley, Rodney Bay. As you may be aware, the incident took place at the IGY Rodney Bay Marina, which is a renowned tourist hotspot and a popular destination for yachting enthusiasts and residents alike. Given the unfortunate circumstances surrounding this incident, we kindly request your discretion in mentioning the marina specifically in your reporting. So the word there again, and that's not my favorite word, unfortunate. Okay, unfortunate, something happens by chance, otherworldly, etc., etc. It's not unfortunate, it's unacceptable that we continue to have those homicides occurring on the island. Forget it's happening at Rodney Bay, IGY Marina, whatever location. If it happens on the premises of a hotel, if it happens in some, nature heritage area, etc., it is happening in St. Lucia. And it is unacceptable. We need to reach that point when we say it is unacceptable. We do so much to promote so many activities and focus on celebrating the victory and have a national rally and stressing on this and that. But I don't get the impression that we are putting boots on the ground to say this has got to stop. We have to bring it under some level of control. So continue with the press release. We understand the importance of accurate and responsible journalism, and we appreciate the media's role in keeping the public informed. However, it is our sincere belief that mentioning the IGY Rodney Bay Marina directly in connection with this incident may unnecessarily perpetuate fear and trauma among those who are affected, including visitors, as well as potentially discouraging visitors from coming to our beautiful destination. Someone had the gall to write this and also to send it to certain reporters in this country, making that kind of request. By reporting it, by identifying the location where the incident occurred, it caused people so much trauma. It has happened already. The damage has been done. And let us not focus on the fact that it happened at a particular business establishment. I mean, all of a sudden we care about the country's reputation, particularly as a tourist destination, whether it's this administration or the previous one. We have to put a premium on our reputation as a country and also as a brand. And it would appear that politicians, whether those who are currently in office or the previous ones, etc., people in authority in this country, serving on various boards, St. Lucia Tourism Authority, and all kind of boards in this country, because that's what they do. In a run-up to a general election, provide or offer their services to a political party, go on their hustings, etc., sweat, make their investments, and after that, they want to be in a position of authority. And those people, they care more about their reputation than the country's reputation, and that is based on their actions. Say anything about them that is remotely incorrect or they're considered to be slanderous or libelous, etc., they take you to court. But they do not demonstrate the same level of passion and verve when it comes to protecting the reputation of the country. And how can you do that? ensure that you provide the requisite training to our law enforcement, to our police. Ensure that you do not politicize the Royal St. Lucia Police Force. Again, whether it's this government or previous administrations, give the right people the jobs that are available in terms of promotion. People who are equipped, people who have the passion, yes, the academic background and skills, etc. But do that diligently, do that impartially, and not to the extent that you politicize everything in our country. So continuing, we kindly ask that in your reporting, you refer to the general area as Grosile or Rodney Bay without specifically mentioning the marina. By taking this approach, so those people are lecturing the media now, They're lecturing. So we have lost our gonads, we have lost our balls. Listen to this. By taking this approach, we can minimize the impact on the marina's reputation and the tourism industry as a whole, while still providing the necessary information to the public. Sell the public short in terms of providing them with accurate and relevant information. Mommy, how is the baby born? Well, I can't tell you now, but I could just tell you, mommy and daddy kissing, then mommy gets to have a baby in her belly, and that's how you have a baby. But let's not go into the specifics of the matter because it's too raw. It'll cause a lot of trauma. It is important to emphasize that this incident is a one-of-a-kind occurrence, and it does not reflect the overall safety and security of the area. We're not focusing on the area. We are focusing on St. Lucia, and it is not one-of-a-kind occurrence. It is not one-of-a-kind. At one time we had, 74 homicides. Now we are close to 40 homicides, most of them gun-related, not one-of-a-kind occurrence. We extend our heartfelt gratitude to those of you who took the initiative. The relationship we share with the media holds immense value to us, and we deeply appreciate your unwavering support in continuously preserving the reputation of our destination. How can we preserve the reputation of our destination? By you doing what you were elected to do in the first place. That's how you preserve St. Lucia's reputation as far as bringing the nation's crime problem under some level of control. We're not saying that there will not be a homicide or two, but send the correct message to the criminals. And if you do that, you could bring it under some level of control, and people will understand that from time to time you'll have a shooting incident here and there or certain places in the country. But when it reaches a point where it is the norm, and you saying that it's not something that's the norm in this country. When you say it's a one-of-a-kind incident, describe it as it's not a one-of-a-kind incident. So, we extend our heartfelt gratitude to those of you who took the initiative. The relationship we share with the media holds immense value to us, and we deeply appreciate your unwavering support in continuously preserving the reputation of our destination. Your understanding and cooperation in this matter would be greatly appreciated. In an era of social media, the location where this incident occurred, the people involved, and maybe so many people out there would have known the circumstances, the story behind it, what led to this, etc., etc. Those people have more information in some cases than the media. We're talking about sometimes St. Lucians who are living in the diaspora, who would be calling their friends and relatives in St. Lucia to tell them that there has been a shooting incident in one part of the island or another. That kind of censorship that is taking place in this country and appears to be happening quietly, this certainly cannot be tolerated in a democracy. We are supposed to be in a democracy. And when such requests are made, it's a situation where the authorities are saying to you that we know that we are failing, but we don't want it to be, publicized. We don't want to be embarrassed. Okay, we just don't want to be embarrassed because this is happening in a location that is frequented by tourists, because I think the concern is there is that this is an area that is frequented by visitors, mostly by visitors to our shores, including yachties and so on, and that will affect our reputation. But when locals are gunned down almost on a daily basis, that also affects our attention. That also should be a priority for any government, whether it's an SLP or a UWP government. More in just a moment as you continue to watch NewsSpin on YouTube as well as our NewsSpin Facebook page and listen to the broadcast on Power 97.9 FM.
Treat yourself to KFC's new Genius menu. Get your choice of one-piece chicken, corn and biscuit, or one-piece chicken, fries and biscuit, or one-piece chicken, mac and cheese and biscuit for just $11.50. Order now through WhatsApp at 484-0400
or visit our website kfcslu.com
or dine in at any one of our locations. Now that's a genius choice with unbeatable value. KFC, finger licking good.
Primeira manière pour entrer indépendant, c'est là où ka conduire l'auto qui sa ou. Avec First Wheels Hot First National Bank, nous ka offert l'intérêt qui bien bas et nous ka prêter ou tout l'argent pour acheter l'auto depuis ou satisfait tout ça qui mérite. Vini indépendant et prêter l'argent Hot First National Bank pour acheter First Wheels. Visitez n'importe branche et bien couillez téléphone 455-7000 et 455-717. First National Bank, here for you.
Lazarus's funeral home is here for you. Lazarus's private cemetery offers a peaceful resting place for your loved ones. With tranquil settings, visitation, and reflection, we believe in the compassionate care of all our departed loved ones. Lazarus's private cemetery, let us help you create a final resting place. Make it special. Make it Lazarus's funeral home, your friend in a time of need. Payment plans are available for tombs. Call us in Vidbuta at 452-7491 or in New Dock Road, VA4, 454-6555.
The Royal St. Lucia Police and Allied Services Credit Union Limited wishes to inform its esteemed members of its 49th Annual General Meeting on Wednesday, 21st of June 2023 from 10 a.m. It will be held at the Financial Administrative Building, Point Seraphin, Castries, under the theme Empowering Members Through Financial Support. The first 50 members will get a chance to win attractive prizes. Come discuss the business of your credit union.
Tired of searching all over and still can't find the auto parts you need? At Fede Auto Parts, we make it easy for you and save you the frustration and running around. From Toyota to Chevy to Daihatsu to those rare truck parts, we've got you covered. And we're quick with special orders with frequent flights from Japan, the US, and the UK. Visit our store or give us a call at 450-7500 or 484-8141. Save time and avoid the line. Fede Auto Parts, Wadawaj. Why stop anywhere else?
Introducing the new LuSelect Virtual Service Desk, where one click is your access to every service. From My Account to Streetlight reports, requests for payment arrangements to settle arrears, change of name and address. Easy online forms give you access from anywhere and at any time. Every service you need at your fingertips. Go to our website, luselect.com, and click on the Virtual Service Desk widget. LuSelect's Virtual Service Desk. Every solution at your fingertips.
You asked for it and you got got it. A quicker way to pay your bills online. It's fast, secure, and easy to use. No registration, no additional fees. Flow is now offering FastPay, an online service that allows you to settle your bills in less than 2 minutes. Need a receipt? FastPay will send it to your email immediately. Use FastPay now for convenience, safety, and efficiency at discoverflow.co/fastpay.
FastPay. 2 minutes and you're on your way. FastPay. FastPay.
Flow is keeping you connected.
Night Meds is your dependable neighborhood pharmacy. You'll notice that upon entry, you are greeted by caring professional staff, attentive to your every need. Your prescriptions are always treated with a high degree of confidentiality, and we pride ourselves on providing speedy, efficient service. We carry a wide array commonly requested over-the-counter products, and our prices are very competitive. We offer blood pressure testing, blood sugar, and cholesterol testing. We're open to fill your prescriptions Monday to Saturday from 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. Come visit Sadu's gas station on the Miku Highway or call us at 572-6840 or WhatsApp 461-6840 for more information. Night Meds Pharmacy. We are your community med store.
Glass Supermarket continues to be your family-oriented local supermarket which spares no effort to affordably bring you the world.
Trust Glass.
For quality and friendly service.
Trust Glass.
For daily excellent specials and fantastic prices.
Trust Glass.
For the best quality bread. Check out Glass for your delicious French pastries and meals.
Also, you must know that Glass caters for your special occasion with these quality French pastries and cakes.
Be sure to earn points on your Glass card as we say thank you for your support, St. Lucia. Glass Supermarket, contact number 452-8814.
Automotive art is a place to start. Automotive art is a place to start.
Yeah, look, check. We got a wide range of products that are automotive and do-it-yourself supplies if you got a moment. Smart staff that'll always know it. Got rims and tires from trucks to high performance to off-roading. Start hair tools, batteries, oil, and car care.
Automotive art is a place to start.
We hear from you right now at 452-2979, 452-2979. Your WhatsApp calls and messages 716-2026, and that is 716-2026. Good afternoon to you, Kimani. What's in the chat room?
Good afternoon to you, Timothy. Let's see.
I hate it when you call me Timothy.
Tim.
Yeah, sounds better.
I find that most of the media is controlled by a certain party, and the independent media firms are being subjected to all sorts of suppressive tactics. The exclusion of holding the government's feet to the fire tells a lot. Someone else says, it is telling when the politically literate allow the politically illiterate to pick the government. Someone is asking, which politician can solve people's conflict? Another comment, so the media should protect the victory. Another comment, preserve the reputation, protect the victory. Someone is saying, Tim, it has been coming. We said fix the Viewport situation before it spreads island-wide. Someone is asking, whom or what agency made that request to the media households? Would you...
It's coming from an official at the St. Lucia Tourism Authority, SLTA.
All right. Another comment, imagine that. All of a sudden they care about the island's reputation, SMH. So sad that if that was done in the south of the island, there would be a totally different reaction. Another comment, so we don't have fear and trauma in other locations. Someone is jesting, St. Lucia needs to relocate somewhere on Mars with the BS taking place here. When it was Viewport, it was pleasurable reporting it. Another comment, Tim, that's not the right figure for the homicide. I believe the government only counts the deaths on the scene and don't give the counts of the persons that are injured in critical condition who make it to OKEU and succumbs days or weeks after. They are hiding everything from the citizens to make Philip Pierre look good. Someone says the PM needs to give the Homeland Security job to someone who is experienced and somebody that cares about our people and our country. Tim, in the words of PJP, we had a crime situation in St. Lucia, but we don't have one anymore. I hope the criminals got this notice too. Someone says the government is very quick and the commissioner is not coming at all. It is sad. Another comment, PJP headed to Miku South to tackle the crime situation down there with his supporters. And let's see here. Another comment. Someone says, Tim, there was a murder this morning, about 10 this morning. That's
well,
it.
I've not received any information on this particular alleged incident. All right, let's continue. If your calls at 452-2979, WhatsApp calls, the message is 716-2026. Somebody says there via WhatsApp, talk about a government whose priorities are set wrong. In the fight to keep protecting the victory, they have become so inhumane, they have forgotten the all-important expressions of sympathy to the family and importantly give Lucian some level of hope that government is doing something to help reduce crime. I guess we should be guided by the Prime Minister's Creole pronouncements when he said, Pebushu, Ekchen Sigwo, keep quiet and don't reveal your secrets. And let me see if I have some of your other messages. Tim, this request reminds me of Kenny Anthony, give the people a chance for Christmas. Please ask the Prime Minister to call elections or give the leadership to someone else. We have a call. Good afternoon. NewsSpin, you're on the air.
Hello, Tim.
Hi, good afternoon, Rick. These days, you are first caller online.
Oh, I'm happy to hear that.
Yeah.
Did I miss a part of that letter you wrote? Because I don't seem to recall you saying the source.
Yes, the source is coming from the St. Lucia Tourism Authority.
That's important, Tim.
Very.
Where it came from. Because I thought it might have come from a private sector entity, even the Chamber of Commerce or somewhere like that.
But drip, drip, drip. That's how you reveal the information.
Eh?
Drip, drip, drip.
Drips and drops.
Yes.
You know, Tim, I am really split on this. I know that if I were reporting this, I would write every detail of it except what would likely interfere with the proper trial.
Mm-hmm.
Because my readers deserve to know everything about what's happening in the area I'm covering. And the last thing I would take into consideration is where the murder took place. Now, we have had killings in the church, in the cathedral, widely publicized, widely politicized, everything. And in fact, that whole thing is not even resolved up to now. People who died in that.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, when you really study that case, it's a mess. It's ended officially, but it's a mess. I can think of so many murders or accidents or choppings or whatever, and I have never heard a government call on to modify the report. But I can also see why the tourist board, why the tourism authority would wish that you didn't carry detail of this, well, all details as much as you know about. It's useless, by the way, because as you pointed out, nothing is secret anymore. Nothing. So to ask you in particular, do you know that was disseminated to all around?
No, it was disseminated to the chosen few.
Must be chosen few because I don't seem to have received it, and I get all that stuff as well, and maybe I haven't looked well enough. It's understandable that the tourist people would be concerned, but the tourist people are the government, Tim.
No, Rick, I disagree with you when you say that on this particular occasion, the tourism authority would be concerned because they have to be concerned.
Careful.
No, Rick. They have to be concerned on every occasion, every homicide.
That's what I was about to tell you. I said I can understand it be convenient for them. They think. I don't even think that's possible because it's happened from last night. Everybody knew where the thing was occurred and where it occurred, and there were pictures and everything. It's a useless effort. I am simply saying to you, I can understand the anxiety, but if only they would show that concern about every life lost. I mean, nobody stopped to think. I think it is even more horrid that a lady preparing for bed with her 2 children, young children, is blown away as she gets ready for bed, and her name and everything is everywhere, and there appears to be no special effort to bring that to a resolution. Up to now, how many years now?
About 4 years at least. About 4 years.
A 17-year-old boy killed, we don't know why, in a car, and the only charge against one of the 3 is a traffic ticket or something. I'm putting this. I'm almost at a loss for words because it almost sounds selfish. In fact, it is selfish that the ministry would want to make it look like we are not having the murders we are having here, or that the murders only occur in a particular place, etc. I don't know why the government would want to interfere at all in how these things are reported, so long as you abide by the law. Because, as you said earlier, make one slip, and the government politicians and our politicians will sue you, despite all the airspace we have as journalists, where we're covering matters of public interest involving politicians. Despite all of that, because it's not going to cost them a cent, they know they're going to lose or likely to lose. They'll still take you to court, Tim, because it's not costing them a cent, because you have all kinds of lawyers offering their services for future reference data. We know all of that. What came to mind also was 361. The effort by 361 or something like that,
Yes.
Something like that.
Yeah. Something that is something that could affect the well-being of the country.
Not the well-being, the life
of the country.
Not just the well-being, life and death situations, and journalists were threatened with 2-year jail sentences.
Yeah.
And now to have a government department that, instead of paying attention to public places like the Rodney Bay area, where you have restaurants or where you are likely to have the most tourists, what you should have there is even extra precautions, no?
Yes.
Everybody needs protection. Everybody. But the police can't be everywhere, is what we're told, and that is true. But the police know in advance they cannot afford for the tourist sites to have to get an image of being as dangerous as anywhere else. So you would think they would be very careful about protecting those locales.
But in addition to that, in addition to that, Rick, I mean, any government in St. Lucia would have to put the crime problem at the top of its list in terms of tackling it, because yes, it is more egregious. Yes, it is catastrophic when you have a situation where a visitor to our shores has either been raped, injured, or killed, etc. But on the other hand, when it involves a local, equally there is cause for concern, as far as the overseas interests, tourism interests are concerned, and prospective visitors to our country. Because people would Google, they'll go on, they'll try to see what is the crime rate, the crime problem in your country, where to visit, etc.
Well, the point is the local who got killed.
Yeah.
It's a local who got killed.
And it's a case for that, for the agency, it's a case of where it happened.
And you're playing down the fact of a guy get killed and giving it the priority of where it happened is more important, apparently, than getting this under control. I know. It's very disturbing. It's very, very disturbing. I think that the government should go out of its way to have greater protection in the. and I'm saying that reluctantly because I know the government can't have policemen everywhere. But there are places that the government should have a particular interest in protecting. And I would think those are the tourist areas, because what could happen? You see, and again, more than that, we have a number of foreigners, mainly Brits, who have been killed without resolution in this country. You know that?
Yeah. Over in VF, I think, what? Pratt?
Well, we have a number of them in Castries, too.
Yeah.
You know, killed without resolution. And the Brits have been very annoyed about that. They have not forgiven us for that, because they've been made promises of cases are imminently going to be taken care of, arrest and whatever, and that hasn't happened. So that would all the more reason, I think, again, that the government should pull its finger out and try to avoid any kind of catastrophes that could have a serious impact on the tourism industry. There's nothing wrong with that. But what you're supposed to do is not pretend it didn't happen, or that it didn't happen at a certain place, or to give the impression this place is safe, tight, safe, when it's not. You see, so what the media is being called upon to is to lie tacitly, lie by omission.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Give the impression that you're not likely to get shot in the marina, when in fact the fact is you are as likely to get shot in the marina as you are likely to get shot in the back of a library somewhere. That is the problem. It's very disturbing to me, even though obviously not much thought went into that, because the government had to be very, very careful about the optics of this, considering, I mean, how many people died over that spate of killings we had in Newport? 9?
About close to 15, you know. About 11 or 12.
Right. Okay. How many arrests have been made on that?
There's been a couple arrests. Literally about 2 people have been arrested.
And were they kept, or were they released after 2 days?
No, I think they have been charged.
2 have been charged?
Yeah, recently.
But you see, so what's going on here as well is we are hearing more and more goody-goodies. People who mean well, and there's nothing wrong with that. But we're hearing more from them about the goody-goodies and getting that for these people, make them feel better, more or less buy them, put their guns down, etc., etc. But next to nothing about the victims. Next to nothing. This whole thing is growing worse and worse, and from different angles, Tim. And I hope the media does not cooperate in tacitly lying for any politician, because they are the ones given the authority. They are the ones who are supposed to take action for our life protection. The next thing will be, don't report the killings.
Yeah.
As a matter of fact, I was saying to somebody quite recently, there had been a couple of killings, and hardly reported, Hardly reported. And I tie that up with the request, order, whatever you want to call it, not to report as the media has been reporting. This is something worthy of some serious discussion, and not just one person's opinion like mine, because obviously I am going to be on the side of the media, because you take one step, you coerce the media on one thing, before you know it, you have no media. In fact, we almost have no media at all. And what is left is under threat of libel suits, under threat declared threats, but you don't know what they are. That's what we're operating under. And it begins with those subtle threats of don't carry this. Chances are you won't get any more tourism ads if you're getting any. That's what I went through too.
Yeah.
That's how they deal with the media. Before you know it, your media house is going to tell you, man, I can't take on those guys. Just don't report that and finish with that. And again, the public. I've been there. And the public takes it in the neck. And just before I go, I want to tell you that half the country, even as I'm speaking there, which said that man Rick, when always talking shit, he just don't like the government. That is likely to be on your chat room in a while. Because, like I said last week, we are at war with ourselves, all depending on which color is in office. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Rick. Kimani, What's in the chat room? Worth reporting on.
Someone says, Rick, crime anyway in St. Lucia can negatively impact tourism. Another comment, Chamber of Commerce is very quiet. They are not saying nothing about the situation in this country. Someone says, how many homicides so far? The numbers reporting are decreasing while people are still being murdered. Can you believe it to make the Prime Minister look good when the media knows for a fact he is not doing good? The comments, someone says, 3 words, putting you first. Someone says, take nothing on its look, take everything on evidence. Shame on whatever agency asked such a request. How is the press supposed to practice freedom in their reporting when such requests are asked of them? Someone says, let them continue protecting their victory. I think they are giving the voters of this country a lot to think about. Another comment, if they are so concerned, they should put more pressure on the government to protect the industry. Another comment, today is Monday and no info about the passport office from government officials, SMH. And finally, someone says, this is such an irresponsible request. This is tantamount to setting a trap for the unsuspecting to walk into. The blood is on their hands. That's it in the chat room.
Thank you so much, Kimani. WhatsApp message. Hi, Tim. Where was this press release from the SLTA when the previous opposition was blaming the spread of COVID by tourists and hotels? Do you remember that they blamed the borders being opened for COVID coming into the country? There was no need to put on a muzzle on those who were pushing that agenda back then. There was no need to shield the tourism industry then. All right, let's see if we have another WhatsApp message to go through while we continue to await your calls. We have a call coming in. Good afternoon. This is NewsSpin Yondia. Hello.
Timothy, a pleasant good afternoon to you and your listeners all over the world. PW is on the line, and good afternoon to Kimani.
Yes, good afternoon to you, caller.
Timothy, this is the beginning of censorship. And when I look at it, the St. Lucia Tourist Board wants to control the information, and they want to sensitize, and they want to actually be in control of what is being placed out there, to ruin the reputation of this country, Timothy. Or are they really interested in the reputation of the marina, or they are interested in the reputation of St. Lucia? Timothy, many a times I have driven to Rodney Bay, Timothy, and I live in Rodney Bay, and I see a lot of things that are happening that the police need to know, Timothy. In the wee hours of the morning, where people need security, there are very few police officers patrolling the streets in Rodney Bay. And this is the time where people get intoxicated. People are about to go home, lots of things. People are aggravated. People are waiting for people to exit some of these establishments to start a problem with them. And I can see it. There's also a problem with double parking. If you are a resident in that area going down to the ramp, and you are traveling in that area probably on a Friday night, Saturday night, even on a Sunday night, there's double parking. You can barely go down that street. Now, this never used to happen, Timothy, 15 years ago. There was never double parking on this road. You understand? There could be as many cars as possible, but there's never people double parking on this road, and you have to wait at least half an hour to about 20 minutes to get to your residence. The police need to stop this double parking on the road. Timothy, also, I was wondering why I did not hear actually the marina, the manager of the marina, I didn't hear him come out and send a message to the media, telling the media, informing the media to inform the public how, because of that incident, They have beefed up security. They have doubled their security, and also they have intentions to actually put more cameras in the marina and have more police patrol in this marina. So at least people are going to feel secure.
This is not specifically an issue for the business establishment. I think it's an issue for all of us, but in particular for law enforcement.
And they have to protect themselves, Timothy. The marina is not owned by the government and people of St. Lucia, you know. The marina is not owned by the government and people of St. Lucia. They have to provide the relevant security and the best security for their patrons.
But I agree with you to a certain extent. But before that, caller, there is need for us to ensure that we prevent the guns from entering our borders.
Of course,
we have our K9 unit. The police conduct more operations, and more than that, you know, because I have some sources, and what I'm hearing is that those you don't see many operations occurring in various parts of the island anymore. In particular, headed by senior police officers. Your assistant commissioner of police, assistant superintendents, you don't see them out leading those operations. Very often is a sergeant who is leading those particular activities. So clearly, the police will come up with all kind of excuses, but there's need for them to maximize the use of the limited resources that they have at their disposal.
Yeah, crime happens everywhere. We all know that, Timothy. But if the government is not beefing up security for that area, the business people have to come together to beef up their security. Don't forget there are 2 police stations in the Rodney Bay area. There's the Grosile police station and the Rodney Bay police station. In the evening time, especially on weekends, these police officers need to be active. They need to come out. They don't just have to stay at the police station waiting for reports to come in, but they need to be out in the field to make their presence be felt. We, the people of St. Lucia and the people of Grosile, we are going to put some pressure on this government and also pressure on the Grosile police station to beef up this security up in the north of the island, Timothy. I thank you.
All right, thank you so much. But what about beefing up security in the south and in Soufrière and the east coast of the island? We're dealing with a national problem that clearly needs for there to be some kind of strategic plan put in place involving our government, involving the police, involving the various agencies. Because what happened on Sunday evening in the north of the island could have happened anywhere in St. Lucia. And that's because so many people have illegal firearms and ammunition in their possession right now. You are watching NewsSpin on our NewsSpin Facebook page, also on YouTube, and you're listening to the program on Power 97.9 FM.
Exceeding your expectations is what we strive for at Lazarus Funeral Home. Losing a loved one isn't something you can foresee. Since the beginning, affordability has been one of our priorities. Every day we're proving that burials don't have to be expensive. If cost is a factor in your time of bereavement, call Lazarus Funeral Home. We have coffins starting at $800 plus taxes. Nothing can cause more disappointment than poor quality. Help us help you keep your last memory of your loved one sacred. Make it special. Make it Lazarus Funeral Home, your friend in a time of need. Located at Bibliothèque Castries at 452-7491 and New Dock Road V4 at 454-6555.
Introducing the new LuSelect Virtual Service Desk, where one click is your access to every service. From My Account to Streetlight Reports, requests for payment arrangements to settle arrears, change of name and address. Easy online forms give you access from anywhere and at any time. Every service you need at your fingertips. Go to our website, luselect.com, and click on the Virtual Service Desk widget. LuSelect's Virtual Service Desk. Every solution at your fingertips.
It all started with a penny. For over 85 years, we have invested in our farmers, fishermen, people, and our country. When we were called to serve, we were here. We understand what is valuable to our people and our country. That is why we support all industries, including tourism. We are the bridge towards a brighter future and economic growth. When our people, government, and businesses called upon us, we were here. 85 years later, First National Bank St. Lucia Limited is here for you.
Why pay full price for your mobile when you can pay half? Just bundle your home internet and mobile services with Flow and save 50% on your mobile bill. That's money in your pocket every month. Plus, now you get free YouTube and WhatsApp data. And you can share your plan with up to 3 other numbers. Upgrade now and get a free smartphone. Switch and keep your number. Learn more at discoverflow.co.
Tired of searching all over and still can't find the auto parts you need? At Fede Auto Parts, we make it easy for you and save you the frustration and running around. From Toyota to Chevy to Daihatsu to those rare truck parts, we've got you covered. And we're quick with special orders with frequent flights from Japan, the US, and the UK. Visit our store or give us a call at 450-7500 or 484-8141. Save time and avoid the line. Fede Auto Parts, Wadawaj. Why stop anywhere else?
Treat yourself to KFC's new Genius menu. Get your choice of one-piece chicken, corn, and biscuit, or one-piece chicken, fries, and biscuit, or one-piece chicken, mac and cheese, and biscuit for just $11.50. Order now through WhatsApp at 484-0400.
Or visit our website, kfcslu.com.
Or dine in at any one of our locations. Now that's a genius choice with unbeatable value. KFC, finger licking good.
Glass Supermarket continues to be your family-oriented local supermarket which spares no effort to affordably bring you the world.
Trust Glass.
For quality and friendly service.
Trust Glass.
For daily excellent specials and fantastic prices.
Trust Glass.
For the best quality bread. Check out Glass for your delicious French pastries and meals.
Also, you must know that Glass caters for your special occasion with these quality French pastries and cakes.
Be sure to earn points on your Glass card as we say thank you for your support, St. Lucia. Glass Supermarkets, contact number 452-8814.
Plastic Solutions, catering to all your commercial and domestic plastic and paper bag needs. We also manufacture printed and non-printed plastic bags. Located on the cul-de-sac Bexo Highway, Plastic Solutions is an environmentally friendly company because of its high standard plastic recycling process. For orders and inquiries, please call 758-451-5577 or visit us on the cul-de-sac Bexo Highway.
Automotive art is a place to start. Automotive art is a place to start.
Yeah, look, check. We got a wide range of products that are automotive and do-it-yourself supplies if you got a moment. Smart staff that'll always know it. Got rims and tires from trucks to high performance to off-road. Start hair tools, batteries, oil, and car care.
Automotive art is a place to start.
Chrissy, go on, babe. You will be late for your appointment.
Papa, the water to our pressure, it running like oil.
Okay, let me fix that once and for all.
I go in by Europa, they have enough pumps there. Domestic and commercial, they have tough pumps there.
Europa is the boss for water pumps in St. Lucia. Check them out for any pressure boosting system you may need for both domestic and commercial applications. Best of all, Europa has the best prices, top quality, and after-sale support like no other. The Leo brand of water pumps will solve all your water pressure needs.
I go in by Europa, they have enough pumps there. Domestic and commercial, they have tough pumps there.
Contact us today at telephone 452-0763. Pumps also available at courts.
The government of St. Lucia, through the Ministry of Health, Wellness, and Elderly Affairs, continues to provide more for pregnant women in St. Lucia. Through maternal and child health services under universal health coverage, pregnant women will receive laboratory and ultrasound services through community wellness centers island-wide at no cost. From care during and after pregnancy, vaccinations, family planning to nutritional and mental health counseling, we are here to support you. Take advantage of our weekly services at no cost. And from 1st June 2023, the addition of laboratory and ultrasound services will ease the pressure to aid healthier and safer delivery for you and your baby. Visit your nearest wellness center to register for universal health coverage. For more information, call 468-5300 or 468-5328.
452-2979, 452-2979. Your WhatsApp calls and messages 716-2026, and that is 716-2026. We have a call via WhatsApp. Good afternoon. This is NewsSpin. You are on the air. Hello.
Good afternoon, Tim.
Yes, good afternoon, sir.
You sounded surprised when you read that release. I don't know why you're surprised. You should know better.
I mean, more like taken aback, more like disappointed than surprised.
Our people is an amazing set of people. On the weekend, I was talking to a teacher friend of mine, and he told me, well, I like politics, so we were talking politics. And then she said, just time to move that trashy man from there, So I asked her why. She went from head to cast with him, and she could not tell me why. So I wanted to push a button a little bit, and I said, that ebook program in the school was really something that would benefit me and my child in a way. She said, what ebook program? That was nothing. That wasn't. So I said, but what are you talking about? You know very well that the ebook would have saved me X amount of money. And then you know who exactly right now is benefiting from that, from us not having the ebook thing. Because, one of the, I will not mention the name, but one of the school book retailers was part of the SLP administration at some point. And you know what you tell me? But he have to make his money too. So I'm saying that he have to make his money at my own expense, at my expense. And this is the thinking that we have in this country. Even the educated or so-called educated will act stupid sometimes. And both Rick Wayne and Mr. Domido in the question, but it's just that Rick Wayne has been more professional in the way he's saying it. But really, conclusions I will not say it, but what Mr. Domido has been saying all along, that is what is being proven to me. Even the educated ones are acting that way. And it's very sad. And because of the kind of thinking we have, politicians and especially the Labour Party administration will always keep us out stupid. Because they will shove anything down our throat, knowing that most of us will swallow it and we will not say anything. Anyway. Have a good day.
You too, sir. Thank you so much. Our approach normally is ad hominem, meaning that our approach is based on how we feel and based on emotion as opposed to based on intellect, looking at things from an intellectual standpoint. 452-2979, 452-2979, along with your WhatsApp calls and messages 716-2026, and of course your discussions in the chat room. I think we have a call. Yes. Good afternoon to you. This is NewsSpin. You're on the air.
Good afternoon, sir.
Yes. Good afternoon to you, caller.
Timothy.
Yes, sir.
What's the whole scenario of what's going on in St. Lucia? What's passport? That's something that's very sensitive. And now it come like it's so easy because of the 650, yeah? But it's easy because it's who know who. So we don't know what happened in behind closed doors. That's number one. Number two, the next thing that's going to happen to us in St. Lucia, they'll put a muzzle in our mouth so that we can't talk. Because once you talk, they know how to get you, they're in power, and I can come for them now because now I'm in power. I'll leave it there for today. Have a good day.
All right, sir. Thank you so much for your contribution. We have a WhatsApp message. Good afternoon to you, Tim. I'm a driver on the West Coast Road, and I'm frustrated with the way these girls are working in cul-de-sac. All they do is cause useless traffic. That is a strange WhatsApp message because I think maybe you're referring there to the gentlemen who are working on that project there at cul-de-sac. And I must invite somebody from the Ministry of Infrastructure to address that particular matter. Imagine calling the gentlemen girls. I know there might be some females working on that project, but in the majority, they would be males. Let's see. Let's take a WhatsApp call. Good afternoon to you. This is NewsSpin. You are on the air. Good afternoon. Hello.
Good afternoon, Tim. How you doing?
I'm okay, ma'am. Good afternoon to you.
Okay. Tim, Friday, you had a caller, a female caller, who said that when Mr. Chasney won the election in 2016, he went to Vieux Fort to celebrate. So now Labour is going there to do the same, to go to Deriso because it's a UWP seat. Whatever she was saying. Timothy, St. Lucians are so politically blind that they don't even understand the meaning of the word politics. Timothy, in 2016, when Mr. Chasney won through his campaign, what was the theme for his campaign?
You tell me, ma'am. Not creating a new St. Lucia?
Building a new St. Lucia.
Mm-hmm.
Tim, that's what he said. And where did he say that he was going to build to bring economic relief to what part of the island?
The south.
Exactly. That is why he went down there. For his minister. That is why he kept the ceremony there. So that they could swear all of them in. So St. Lucians can see. That is the place he wanted to tackle. That is where he had the vision for. To bring economic growth to the country. But St. Lucians are so politically blind. And playing the games with the poor people that cannot think. So they're spreading all kind of all kind of rumors that they're going down there to celebrate. Tell Philippia to come and celebrate in Castries East. That's why he have to come and celebrate in the slums of Bacatel and Marshall and Waterworks. Tell him come and celebrate there. Because Alan put good roads down in Deriso for the people and he did something down there for them. Tell Philippia come and celebrate with the poor people that he is giving the half pound of rice and the small packet of lentils without no meat and no gas to cook their food. Tell him come and celebrate there with the people. That's what he has to come and do. Next page, Timothy. That press release you read there this morning from SLHT or whatever the association.
St. Lucia Tourism Authority.
Yes. Timothy, these people need to wake up, raise their gonads, and stop protecting the government of St. Lucia. Because all our industries are gone. All our industries are gone. The one we have left is tourism. And look at our state. We have a man there as the Minister of Tourism, and what is it bringing to the table for these people? And yeah, the harbors have been closed there for doomsday. Not one cruise ship. Even if we are in the we are, how to say it, the tourist season is closed. Not one cruise ship. We have never seen that in our life. Only under the COVID, which was a world crisis, where Alan told the people that for they were brilliant minds that one plane wouldn't fly and one ship wouldn't sail. Now the world is back to normal. We cannot get a cruise ship in our port. This is what they have to see. That is what they have to safeguard. Not when the people bringing out the crime and where it happened and where it take place. They have a senator in the house, in the lower house or the upper house there. That is what they have to talk about, Tim. How many flights we have coming into the country? One industry we have left in St. Lucia. And by the looks of things, it's not going down well at all. How many flights cut back? What will be happening maybe in the next year or two? We know? We don't know. But they are there talking about where crime, what to hide and what not to hide. Tell them wake up. Because Labour putting the whole country flat down. It's there already. It is there already, Timothy. Tim, concerning the passport saga that is going on there, Timothy, we have to get serious in that country. Once a government cannot handle that piece of ID, which is our passport, the country is in turmoil. They can try and put icing on the cake. It will not stand. The country is in turmoil and we need to rescue our country, Timothy. Have a blessed day.
You too, ma'am. Thank you so much. On this whole passport matter, there's a clip which I extracted from my interview with the general manager of the CEO, Cindy Alexander Gabriel, making reference to Jesus Christ. Listen to this.
I will not put myself on the line for anyone for 3 hours and another 4 hours in the hot sun without a hot cup of tea or a little cup of Toloma from 4 o'clock in the morning, and then I'm going to do it free of charge for you. No, Tim. I am not Jesus Christ. And if Christ were here in person, he would not do it.
All right, you just heard there from the CEO of the briefcase, Cindy Alexander Gabriel. I spoke with her during last week's NewsSpin program. Let's see if we have a call via WhatsApp. Good afternoon, calling from diaspora. NewsSpin, you're on the air. Hello.
Hey, team. Good afternoon to you. How are you?
I'm okay, caller.
Afternoon. Can you hear me?
Yes, caller. Good afternoon to you.
Excellent. Team, St. Lucia is at a stage now where it is similar to the story that was on the boy who cried wolf, when there was no wolf in the vicinity, according to the story, and that boy cried wolf. You know, the last administration actually was working in the interest of St. Lucia and St. Lucians. But the Labour Party was the character, that boy who cried wolf. And it made everything seem as if it's the end of the world. St. Lucians run and hide when there's no wolf. They went to take all kinds of weapons of mass destruction, so to speak, and there was no wolf. So at this time, we are suffering the consequences now that the Labour Party has shown us that there was actually no wolf. You know, it's something that the Prime Minister used all the time during his time in opposition. Smoke screens and flashing mirrors. And that is exactly what they did to St. Lucians. They blinded them, and now we are all suffering the consequences. Tim, I finally want to see. The Labour Party had this big meeting, they said, on the Castries market step. And then they said that Richard Frederick did not speak there because obviously he's not a member of the Labour Party, according to Labour Party spin doctors and party hacks, if you want to call them that. And because he was not a member, so he was not allowed to speak. Now, in that huge celebration that they say, celebrating and touting this big victory in July, let's see if they will allow Richard Frederick to speak at that rally down there in the former Prime Minister's constituency. Team, the reason why I'm saying that is if he's not a member on the market step, perhaps you might be able to apply before they get to July 30th and then speak there. But let us see how they will spin, because we know that he is going to speak and say something in the former Prime Minister's constituency. So let us see how that plays on, because the Labour Party has so many spin doctors that they will spin anything and everything. They tell us the hospital was a box. They told us that the roads, you can't hit roads. They told us that the SH is a problem. They told us the airport was a too big a project. And St. Lucians would be leading these things. St. Lucia, open your eyes, because the Labour Party is the boy who cried wolf. Thank you, Tim.
All right. Thank you so much. Kimani, what's happening in the chat room?
Someone says, I'm asking a question. Is the police in charge of immigration related to the person in charge of briefcase? Same last Alexander name. Just asking to clarify. Another comment, someone says, no one said your services should be free, Madam CEO of the briefcase. Someone else, nothing in the pan, St. Lucians eat more bananas, not green. I can't finish that comment. Someone says, but the minister that's responsible for them is a girl. I guess referring to the WhatsApp message you received. Someone says, where's Miguel to make a statement? All of them were so vocal before. Where are they now? Another comment, someone says, police presence on the roads are very low these days. Someone says, I can see St. Lucia gradually becoming a communist island. Soon we will be guided on or told how to pass on information to the public. Let's see. Someone says, I fully agree. Responding to a comment, we are now trying to push community tourism, even to the point that they have introduced a bark roll. You have to report on all homicides which occur in these same communities that we take the tourists to. Why try to hide the fact that this one took place at the Rodney Bay Marina, SMH?
But regarding your comment earlier on, we do not want to denote anything, disparaging where government minister, government official is concerned and so on, because I read this comment because it was really in jest. I mean, the comment that I made regarding whether it's the boys or the girls over in Cul-de-sac. So let's just clear the air on that particular issue, because we know how politicians can be very, very, very sensitive in this particular climate, this particular environment. Lest we get a lawsuit, somebody saying that, we ridiculing them, and, slandering them and so on.
Someone says, Tim, I think you should give the Junior Calypso some discussion. They were great. Let's see another comment. Someone says, well, that's it in the chat room, Tim.
All right, thank you so much. We will take a final call. Good afternoon. This is NewsSpin, you're on the air.
Tim, very quickly, I'm not going to hold you. That release, did you receive it directly?
Yes, I received it from somebody at the St. Lucia Tourism Authority, Rick.
Thank you very much. Okay.
All right, okay. We'll still take another call. 452-2979, WhatsApp calls and messages, 716-2026. And we still have to come on the program, our NewsSpin News of the Day. Our NewsSpin News of the Day coming up. In the meantime, let me see if I have a WhatsApp message I could go through. Tim, I understood that Customs' main office in V4 is closed. The staff complained the place has mold, so now they are housed on the docks until further notice. We'll verify this. And let me see if I have any more of your messages. I agree with you, Tim, on the prevention. Some of these establishments don't like the police coming with big guns. They ask what you'll want. Some make no effort to hire security. All right, I think that'll do that. Okay, we have a final call. Good afternoon, NewsSpin, you on the air. Quick contribution.
Yes, sir. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon to you, caller.
Yes, actually, I was listening to the comment the lady made. Just imagine, Tim, you as a St. Lucian, you want your passport. The passport is not for free. You have to pay for that, and you cannot get that. You cannot get it when you want and how you want. And then the lady was saying again, she would not put herself under the hot sun and go and get passport for people for nothing. But to me right now, that lady can get the passport for you, and you can give her the money to get for you, and you, as other persons, cannot get it. And to me, it's a shame because the government, the theme of the campaign was putting the people's first. That is part of putting your people's first. You understand? People right now have, that is a major problem. That is a cancer in the country now. I mean, I don't understand. And when you speak, people want to victimize you. But to me, that's really not going well in this country. And Tim, one of my last point is, the crime situation right now. The criminals out there have no fear of the police now. Mm-hmm. They move as if those young guys right now, they are all over the place with the gun patrolling. You understand?
They are in charge.
They are in charge. Even though we have the assistant from the SSR. The guys don't care anymore.
The RSS.
Anybody can just walk into you and just take you out. What is happening in this country now? And why we put those politicians there? Why? You understand? I mean, I am telling you now, we're in serious problems. We're in a mess. St. Lucia in a mess. Thank you very much for the time.
Yes, sir. You're welcome. Finally, our NewsSpin news of the day. NewsSpin news of the day. France strong arms big food companies into cutting prices. France strong arms big food companies into cutting prices. That's a broadcast. Thank you so much for watching on YouTube as well as on our NewsSpin Facebook page and listening on Power 97.9 FM. Coming up next, The Power Drive. My name is Timothy Poleon. God willing, I'll be back same time tomorrow afternoon, 12:30, with another edition of NewsSpin.